Welcome to Gainesville. Sunny Tuesday evening here and ready for a top 10 showdown. The Florida Gators set to take on the Florida State Seminoles. These two teams met last Wednesday. The rematch is tonight here in Gainesville. Seminoles ranked 10th, the Gators ranked 8th. Here's what happened in Tallahassee on Wednesday. Taylor Shoemaker got things started for the Gators, but that's all they get. Isa Torres led off the home half of the first inning with a home run. She would homer again. Florida State picked up the 3-1 win. They've won 8 of the last 9 meetings in the series. Here's the final out. We are ready for the rematch here tonight. With that, we welcome you alongside Daniel Laurie. I'm Eric Fried, and let's start with Isa Torres. Only Isa Torres could hit 400 in the past week, and watch her average drop 20 points. That's how good she's been all season long.
Man, she's a top candidate in my books for a National Player of the Year, and a player that you circle that you don't want to beat you, but where do you pitch her? She is that good. To me, it's the fact that she leads this team in home runs and average in the country with a .569 batting average. She's electric at shortstop. She is the heart of this Florida State team and someone that they look to in these rivalry-type matches to be able to step up big and have her team's back. Isa Torres is that girl.
She will be in her customary spot leading off. And by the way, she has not committed an error at the shortstop position this season. You see the rest of the starting lineup for this Florida State team, which will face Olivia Miller, who is making her second start of the season, and it comes in back-to-back games for the Gators, Danielle.
And I really like this, and you know why? Because I heard Tim Walton say on a press conference a week or so ago he needs a solid number 2. Who is that going to be? Who is going to step up to be able to be up there with Keegan Rothrock, who you know is the ace, and Olivia Miller may just be that young lady. This is what she throws. She is that lefty on staff, so away to those left-handed hitters tends to be a fierce pitch with that curveball. She goes both sides, has a little bit of a changeup, but you're going to see her really go side to side well and command both parts of the plate.
Saturday against UCF, went the distance, gave up just 1 hit. It was a single leading off the second for the night. She retired the next 18. Didn't issue a walk, struck out 2 through just 75 pitches. So that was Saturday. She's in the circle here on a Tuesday. The final regular season home game for the Gators as we are ready to go here in Gainesville. And here is the junior from Georgetown, Texas, Isa Torres. .569 on the season. Her OPS 1716. And she takes the first pitch for a ball 1. Gorgeous evening. A little cloudy earlier, but sun's out now. Temperature in the low 80s. Very comfortable night. No rain in the forecast here at the University of Florida. Torres slaps it foul. The nation's leading hitter, as my jokes sometimes don't hit, but I mean, you go 400 in the last 4 games and you go from 589 to 569.
I mean, how's that work? That's what everyone's thinking. But yep, leads that nation and 569.
Ground ball to short. That's a good start for Miller to keep Torres off the base paths. 1 down here in the first.
Well, she's tough to throw to, and I think the key right there for Miller, just hitting good spots, going with that curveball. The lefty-lefty matchups tend to at times favor the left-handed pitcher just because you don't get to see a lot of lefties in the circle like you do those right-handed pitchers. I've also appreciated Olivia Miller's routine. I had spoken with assistant coach Francesca Nea. I was just asking about that. She said she's had to work that in. At times her heart rate can get up there, so makes the conscious effort to slow herself down, and you will see her get the ball back and she turns. She does the exact same thing every single time. She takes that big deep breath. She finds her focal point, is able to just slow the heart rate and execute the next pitch.
Jason E. Beecham ahead of the count 2-0. Takes a strike, and it's 2-1. The change from Miller, too, is Beecham at 381 is in the box right now. This is her 26th appearance of the season. 24 have been in relief. It's a different mindset when you're the starter. How so?
Well, you have to know what it feels like to go in and start a game and be able to amp yourself up, right? When you go into games late, you kind of have that high leverage feel and that pressure is already supplied. But starting a game, you create the tempo, you set the pace, and that can be different for everybody.
Three and two the count to Beecham, who was 4 for 11 in the Georgia Tech series. Sweep for Florida State. Started with a 4-0 win, a Jazzy Francic no-hitter. Ball 4, and Beecham is aboard with one down here in the first. Miller 8-0 on the season, 1.23 earned run average. Opponents hitting .222 against the junior from Orlando. Now dealing with Ashton Danley, the junior left fielder. Two-way player for Florida State, takes strike one. Mentioned that sweep for Florida State. Game 3, they won in 9 innings, 6-5. They are down 5-4 with 2 outs in the 7th. Anna Hyde had an RBI double on a 1-2 pitch, and then it was Danley who hit the home run in the 9th inning that put Florida State ahead and gave the Noles a sweep.
Well, and who's really worked herself into being that two-way player. She really has. This last fall, a lot of work went into doing both at a high level. There's not a whole lot of breaks. She's in the outfield. She's throwing her bullpens, and that was kind of a point of emphasis that Coach Lonnie Alameda had said, was that if she wants to throw the bulk of innings, she needs to. We need her to be able to run the bases, play outfield, pitch, and somebody that sweats a lot during practice. So needing to understand what's expected of her to go from here to there to pitching, and really started to figure it out just before Thanksgiving.
Slow roller to third, looking for the force at second in time. The turn not in time as Grover got the force at second to retire Beecham. Danley at first with 2 down. Excellent defense for both of these teams. Fielding percentage, Florida is at .988. They're listed at second in the country, but I don't know. They must have taken the decimal point out. 10th, 100,000th, 10,000th, because Missouri is number 1, Florida number 2. I'm calling it a tie for 1, and close behind is Florida State, third in Division I at .984. Anaheim, the freshman catcher, grounds it to third. That's Grover over to Erickson at first. And that will do it for Florida State in the top of the first inning. The Gators coming to the plate when we come back to Gainesville. No, not hearing a thing.
Well,
Welcome back to Gainesville, getting ready for the home half of the first inning. Here's the starting lineup for the Gators with Taylor Shoemaker leading off. Townsend Thomas batting cleanup, the redshirt freshman at .375 on the season. And she'll take on Bella Dmitrievich, freshman out of Illinois, who gets the start here today for Florida State.
I like this, and this is important to be able to get her some of these innings under her belt. She's thrown a good chunk on the year, but to me, it's playing in this rivalry type feel, a crowd that's against you. What is that feeling in your stomach when you're in the circle, being able to fight through that piece? I like that they've chosen to give her the ball tonight.
Shoemaker takes ball one.
And Bella is a good mix of pitches. She splits the zone well. She has that rise ball, which she throws at about 50%. She goes downstairs with that drop at 11% and then sprinkles in that change. And I think to me, the most important thing, it's like right out of the gate, what can I get for a strike? What is that pitch going to be? First inning at times, establishing that with the blue behind the plate.
13th start of the season for the freshman, 7-3. Shoemaker takes the ball. It's 3-0. Taylor at .460, 16 homers, 51 RBI, 38 career home runs now for the sophomore, shooting up the all-time list at Florida. 4-pitch walk to start things off here for the Gators.
I mean, some of those pitches were close, so it's just being able to take a breather, especially, trust me, it gets frustrating. I feel like I need to say it, but the zones this year have been extremely small. And for pitchers, it can be tough in a hitter's game with all of the things that they have to go and face you on a daily basis on a pitching machine before they see you live. I expect that to be a strike. That is a strike. And it's frustrating that she's thrown 5 pitches in a row and not one of them has been called. And disagree or not, but it's my job to say it. And I did.
And trust me, you would say it if you were an Olympic All-American hitter, not an Olympic All-American pitcher, right?
And maybe they just aren't calling up enough. I know the strike zone at times tends to be a little bit more down, but I'm not just calling out this umpire per se. Across the board, zones have been definitely more hitter-friendly.
That's you sticking up for your pitcher friends. Right there.
Always.
Yeah, that's never going to change.
Always.
2-1 the count to Jocelyn Erickson, leading the team in homers with 19. Team best 1389 OPS. Shoemaker not far behind. Excellent offensive team, the Gators, as Erickson fouls it off 2-2. 5th in the country in hitting at .362 on the season. And Jocelyn has been a big part of the success offensively for this Florida team last couple of years. Two. Ground ball to short, could be 2. Torres backed up on it, still time to turn it, but Erickson got down the line to beat it out. Just the force play, 1 down.
And that's such a good job by Issa Torres at shortstop. This is a hard hit ball by Erickson that she's able to just kind of get behind, understands the hops. I mean, I don't think you can say enough. I mean, she airless at shortstop in a whole heck of a lot of chances. She's so good.
Roller wide of third, foul for strike 1 to Kendall Grover. Senior who transferred in from Eastern Illinois to join the Gators this season. 5-game hitting streak for Grover, 7 of 14 in those 5 games. Oh, 1 misses, it's 1-1.
I think Kendall Grover, to me, has been just so good and consistent for them in that 3 spot. But a hard conversation with Coach Tim Walton prior to that South Carolina series where she really started to come alive a little bit more. Had a heck of a series, was 4 for 9, big RBIs in that South Carolina series. And sometimes it kind of takes that kind of gut check from a coach. Like, man, I need you to be better. I need you to step up. And she has just kind of taken it and ran with it.
Could it be sometimes, too? Here's a player transferring in, as I mentioned, from Eastern Illinois. She was the OVC Player of the Year each of the last 2 years, but maybe it takes a little time to feel like you belong at this level, because we know she could hit, although she pops out here. Torres puts it away for out number 2. 416 last season for Grover, and we're starting to see that down the stretch here for the Gators. Here's a player who's been playing pretty well right now for Florida. Redshirt freshman Townsend Thomas in the cleanup spot.
Well, and what's so good about Townsend Thomas, she has to keep the defense honest, because I've seen her in the 4 spot drop a bunt and get on first. And then I've seen her step up and go Oppo Taco home run. She's got a little bit of pull power. So as a defense, I mean, she keeps you on your toes and has been given that green light by Coach Tim Walton, even batting 4. If you feel it's necessary to drop the bunt, feel free. If you want to slap and showcase that. So it just kind of goes to show that triple threat is a big piece still in the game. At times I don't think we talk enough about the fact that you can slap, bunt, solid power, home run power.
Fouls off the 2-0. Thomas was 4 for 7 in the 2 games against UCF. Included a grand slam home run in game number 2. A couple of 7-0 wins in the home and home back-to-back between the Knights and the Gators. That's foul, and it's 2-2 to Thomas. Gators 45-7, 5th in the RPI. Florida State 43-7, 10th in the RPI. It is just awesome to get a game that is this important between 2 rivals, 2 highly ranked teams on the last week of the regular season. Thomas got a piece.
And knowing the importance of a win like this for Florida State, if they're able to steal 2 from Florida, that's huge, right? And Florida doesn't want to drop 2, so to be able to get this, it's just the midweek games are a grind, as Coach Lonnie Alameda said, right? You go to Georgia Tech, and then we're on the bus here. We love it, but at times your team is in the absolute thick of it. So sometimes it comes down to who's a little bit more mentally tough in these types of situations.
Yeah, Lonnie talked about the grinder of a game they had in that final game against Georgia Tech, where they, as I mentioned before, scored in the 7th and then won it in the 9th. Then they get home just for a brief trip. This is chopped up the middle. Good job by the second baseman. That's McKenna Sturgis playing second with Marin Heller out with the injury. And that will do it for the Gators. In the first, we've played 1 in Gainesville. We're scoreless. Let's continue the conversation with the importance of this game. RPI, Florida State 10, Florida 5. Strength of schedule, Florida, of course, playing in the SEC every weekend is, you talk about a grinder, it feels that way. So an edge for Florida. And against top 25 teams, 5 wins for Florida State, 10 for Florida. Florida State also has just 2 wins, as we talked about before, UCLA and Florida, where the 2 wins for Florida State against ranked teams this season. Solid single up the middle to get things started here in the top of the second off the bat of the redshirt freshman Bella Ruggiero for Florida State. So we always talk about, as we head towards conference tournament time and Selection Sunday, who's the top 16 and who's the top 8? And as we say every time, RPI is not everything. It's a big thing, but a game like this would be huge, especially for Florida State. As you mentioned, getting 2 wins against Florida in less than a week.
And they're heading to Boston College on the weekend. But yeah, these types of games kind of give you that grind feel of what a super regional will kind of feel like, especially if you're not at home. You're facing a tough crowd. It is tough. The Gators don't like people that aren't Gators, and especially if it's an in-state rivalry.
Especially if they're wearing garnet and gold. They really don't like them. I mean, nothing against Lonnie Alameda, who's one of the nicest people in the sport, but don't take it personal, Lonnie, but they just don't like you here.
But I could say I had a front row seat to what it was like last Wednesday when Florida came to Florida State, and that crowd was on it and in it and singing and dancing, and that was a different vibe too. So
2-1 the count to Kennedy Harp with a runner on and nobody out here in the second. That catches the corner, and it's 2-2. Harp was 1 for 3 in that Florida State win Wednesday night. Struggled in the Georgia Tech series, was 1 for 11. Solid single to left. Back-to-back singles here for Florida State to get things started in the second.
And Kennedy Harp, she just has such quick hands. This is a curveball coming in on her hands. She's just able to just get through it so quick. And I'd be curious to know, like, the leash and what the plan would be for this Florida team. See how far someone like Miller can go. If they're wanting to bring a Keegan Rothrock in.
Strike 1 to Shelby McKenzie, hitting 7th in the lineup at .305 on the season. McKenzie was good against Florida last week, 2 for 2 with an RBI, swinging away, and the count is 0-2. Well, you mentioned at the very top, Tim Walton said a week ago, we need someone else to step up for our pitching staff. It can't be Keegan Rothrock all the time. So this is a perfect time to see what Olivia Miller has. She was excellent against UCF, a top 25 team on Saturday. Now you're going against the rival in the final home game of the regular season for Florida. 1-2. 2-2.
Coming into the game, just looking at some of these different athletes facing a lefty, someone like Shelby McKenzie tends to actually hit left-handed pitching quite a bit better with 357 clip, 296 against righties.
That's out of play.
You've definitely seen a little bit of a different Florida State team this second inning, swinging a little bit earlier in the count. Someone like Shelby McKenzie here just battling, making Miller work.
It's a Florida State team that is clicking right now. They've won 7 in a row since that shocking sweep at the hands of Stanford a few weeks back.
That was shocking. I went to bed when they had put up 6 because I was at Tennessee, and I was like, oh, they came back. For sure they got this a grand slam the next day.
I think a lot of people on the East Coast woke up. Some on the West Coast, too, because of the rain out there. The games took a while to play.
Yeah, it was late night, but gosh, what a series. I mean, that's huge for Stanford to be able to do that in ACC play. But battle here, 8 pitch. Last pitch was pretty close.
The 3-2. McKenzie continues to battle. Fell behind in the count, 0-2. And she is seeing all that Miller has to offer in the circle right now.
And making her work, and I think that too, it just kind of shows your team behind you, like seeing a lot of pitches, instills a little extra confidence, and freshman behind her, Griggs.
Great at bat. McKenzie walks, the bases are loaded with nobody out.
And I'm definitely aware as an offense, knowing what the zone is, right? And I think this definitely is a time for Van Brakel, Pro Throw, to come out and have a conversation, Coach Tim Walton connect with the D. But as an offense, if I know the zone is smaller, I'm going to utilize that as much as I can. I don't want to swing at anything outside of my comfort zone. I want to try to see a pitcher have to work and bring it to me. But if it is close and is over my wheelhouse, and that's what you saw from Ruggiero and Kennedy Harp swinging early in the count, and then Shelby McKenzie just trying to wear her down a little bit, and she finally works the walk.
One thing that stood out from Miller's start against UCF, she pounded the strike zone. I mentioned she didn't walk anybody, but the control and issue a little bit here, just issuing the walk. It's her second walk she's issued so far here tonight in Gainesville. 30 pitches so far for Miller, 17 for strikes. And she is working here in the second inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, and here's Haley Griggs. Griggs loops it out to left field. It drops in for a base hit. Florida State's on top 1-0. Third hit of the inning for the Seminoles. Griggs has her 25th RBI of the season.
Well, and a prime example yet again, first pitch, daddy hacking. This is not a bad pitch by Miller. She gets jammed up a little bit, and she's able to find some green. Great base running, knowing that's going to fall. Townsend Thomas is not going to lay out for that. Just pass the bat mentality.
Here's the number 9 hitter, McKenna Sturgis. Mentioned last inning that Sturgis getting the start for a third straight game at second base. Marin Heller is out after suffering an injury on the final play of the game in Game 1 of the Georgia Tech series. That's a ball. It's 2-0. We'll check in with Lonnie Alameda a little bit later on about how her freshman second baseman is doing. I know she was there to send off the team in Tallahassee today. Send our very best to you, Marin. Get back quickly, looking for the force at the plates. They get it. First out of the inning as Cahalan came to the plate. One down.
A good job by the defense. Kenley Cahalan be able to go home, and kind of one of those situations here, you can't put her anywhere.
What
bases
do
loaded.
you do with Issa Torres with the bases loaded and one out? Ball one. Torres grounded to short her first time. Big moment in the game right here. The leading hitter in the country batting with the bases loaded and one out in the second. Chance to break it open early. Slaps it to left. He'll stay up in the air for Thomas. Tagging, heading home in time. The throw to third, getting the runner who left second late. The out there to end the inning, but the run scored before the final out was made, and that will do it. So 2-run score in the inning for Florida State. It could have been a bigger inning than that, but the Seminoles will take it after the sacrifice fly for Torres.
Well, and a nice job by Issa Torres, an absolute rocket. Townsend Thomas thought she had a chance to get her, but yet another run up on the board for Florida State.
Danielle, what is the catchy phrase for this matchup between Florida State and Florida?
The Sunshine State Showdown.
Ooh.
Say that 3
Nailed
times
it.
fast.
No, once is fine, and you did just great. 55th meeting all time between the Seminoles and the Gators. Florida up 29-25, but FSU has dominated as of late, winning 8 of the last 9. The last Florida win here in Gainesville was in 2021. Seminoles out to a 2-0 lead. Final non-conference matchup of the regular season for these two teams. Seminoles will head to Boston on Thursday for a 3-game series with BC, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Gators will head to Athens for a 3-game series with Georgia. SEC does it Thursday, Friday, Saturday to close out the season, to give everybody that one extra day before the SEC tournament starts Tuesday in Lexington. Cahalan lays off. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that's a short turnaround for the Gators, too. Heading to Athens, starting on Thursday with this midweek game.
I would like to know what Tony Baldwin did to make someone upset. Cahalan laces it towards the gap, and it is off the wall. Cruising in with a leadoff double is Kenleigh Cahalan, the senior, getting things started here in the second.
And I like the response by Kenleigh Cahalan. Steps up here, gets that leadoff double. Drop ball on the outside part of the plate. She stays with it. Hits it to the left center gap. Just such a sweet swing.
That is the 102nd double for Florida as a team. That's second in Division I. Strike one to Ava Brown. Brown still in that DP spot as she battles back from an injury, so she's hitting. She's not pitching. 0-2 to Brown.
Well, and someone that you know has been throwing, not sure the extent of it, but to be able to get someone like Ava Brown back in the mix, in the circle, I think would also be super helpful for the Gators. That's the hope. But, I mean, if you could have her back offensively, to me, that's also pretty awesome. Had a home run over the weekend at UCF. Like, she's just someone that when she steps in the box, she can do some damage. She was 2 for 5 this last weekend against UCF, where they did a home and an away and had that home run, a couple ribbies.
0 for 3 last week in Tallahassee. One and 2 to Brown. Cahalan with the leadoff double. Florida State with 2 in the top of the second to jump out here in Gainesville. Brown fouls it off. Do the 1-2 again. I think the big question is, will Ava Brown be able to pitch in the postseason as she continues to battle back from that leg injury?
And I mean, Tim Walton said it last week that she has been throwing. It's just kind of figuring out what that piece is going to look like.
Called strike 3. I think Brown checked her swing, but it was called a strike. She heads to the dugout without number 1.
Well, the first strikeout for Bella is huge. Look at that pretty pitch. Just painting corners. A little bit of wiggle up. I think caught Ava Brown on her toes.
Ball 1 to Cassidy McClellan, junior right fielder, at .326 on the season. Top 2 pitchers on the Florida State staff, of course, are Jazzy Francic, Ashton Danley, Dmitrievich getting the start in a big spot here for Florida State against the Gators. (2-0). 2-1.
It's a healthy hack, 2-0. I like it. Tends to hit that drop ball pretty well. I mean, when I was looking at her stats, I mean, had over a 600 average on that drop ball. It's just little things you're aware of in the circle with hitters. I don't know where that's missing.
(3-1) to McClellan. Hit well to left field. Drifting back is the left fielder. Danley's got it. Back to the bag goes Cahalan. 2 down here in the second. Thursday doubleheader coming up for you on the SEC Network. 7th-ranked Arkansas heading to Austin to take on 5th-ranked Texas. That's a great series to close out the regular season. That's at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And then 12th-ranked Texas A&M hosting number 1 Oklahoma. Another great series. That's at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. See it right here in the SEC Network and also on the ESPN app. Popped up and out of play. I mentioned the schedule for Georgia. They wrap up against Florida at home, a 3-game series. How about their final 3 series of the season? Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida.
Oof. If you're not ready for the postseason, I don't know what is. But then you're like SEC tournament. But, man, when that selection show happens, it almost gives you a new life, new season.
Swing and a miss, 0-2 now to Ella Wesolowski.
Hoping that you don't get an SEC team in your in your regional, but it is really nice when you play people outside your conference once you get into postseason. Eventually it all comes to light, right? SEC tends to be a super regional matchup. UC, I know you called Tennessee, Alabama a couple years ago with that epic, what was it, 14 innings?
It just ended a few minutes ago, yeah.
How many innings was that?
4 hours and 35 minutes, 14 innings, is that right?
Yeah.
Some things
That was
take a while.
SEC showdown.
Gets away from the catcher Hind. Cahalan over to third.
Well, this just kind of gets by Hind behind the dish. Cahalan on it, an additional 60 feet, and an opportunity here for the Gators to answer back.
Wesolowski just got a piece. Plate umpire Kevin Conder checking, see if Anna Hind needs a moment. For the moment she said let's play, but now she's going to go out to the circle and talk it over with her pitcher, and the infield will come in as well.
Well, that foul ball actually looked like it went off her knee. But yeah, going out, just checking in. Freshman battery all around. Tight-knit team. You see Issa Torres brings in the infield. Just those little kind of moments of connection too. Just ice the kicker, but ice the hitter a little bit.
Off speed, misses, it's 2-2. One day we'll have a deep discussion with you and bring all your other pitching friends in to say what you think the zone should be. Yeah. Top of the head to the toes, maybe. That's how to play.
No, I think that
you're not asking for much in all seriousness.
No, I just think they should be able to get a little bit higher than they get. For the most part, you have to be within a certain range, and it's just side to side. They don't go up and down. To be a drop ball, rise ball pitcher these days is tough if you're not getting the lower part of the zone or the top edge. It's hard.
Grounded to Torres at short. You know that's an out. Throws a strike over to first. And Cahalan is left stranded at third. We'll talk with Lonnie Alameda when we come back to Gainesville.
I think they should be able to get the top of the zone.
100%.
And this
Heading to the third inning here in Gainesville, Florida State on top of the Gators 2-0, joined now by the Florida State head coach, Lonni Alameda. Lonni, I want to ask you about, from what I understand, one of the biggest Florida State softball fans there are, just happens to be she's on your roster. Watching back home, what can you tell us about Marin Heller?
I know. She's hating it. She's hating being home right now. I know that. Marin, we love you. Yes. You're in the dugout with us by spirit. But, yeah, she'll be back here. I know she was fighting at the bit to be back here, and we absolutely miss her, yes.
Coach, I like the freshman Bella getting the ball tonight. Just talk about that important piece of getting her just a game like this under a bell, a tough crowd, like what that's going to be able to do to help her moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, Danielle, you know, you got to be in these moments to like just can you just execute pitches no matter if this is a bullpen or a rivalry game or the World Series, right? Can I execute a rise ball? Can I execute a drop ball? Can I do them in certain counts? And I think Bella's been growing so much, and she's got great leadership with Jazzy and Ashton that are kind of pouring into her, and she's got good stuff. And so, yeah, huge start for her right now, and we'll get second time through here, and great hitting team, you know, so the adjustments we need to make.
Thanks, Lonni. We appreciate it.
Bye, Marin.
I love hearing that though with Jazzy and with Ashton Danley, right? Like those are the vets of the circle. So to be able to have that connection with someone like Bella, to be able to help her too, like at times I don't think we talk about how important that piece is. Like if I've lived that the last couple of years, how can I help you faster so you can get some things that maybe I wish I would have learned as a freshman that took me a little bit?
It's really interesting with this Florida State team, and we talked with Lonni a little bit about it. There aren't any transfers on this team, which is very rare to see in this day and age, college sports. So you have a lot of players who have spent a lot of time together coming up as freshmen, and then those freshmen, as Beecham rolls it slowly to short, Grover to first, one down. But, you know, there's not like this older player who's taking the lead. She said leadership and the voice is shared by a lot of players on this team, and I think that's a great example that you talked about. You know, it's a competitive pitching staff, but if they're going to go to Oklahoma City, they've got to share notes. They've got to work together. They're going to need all the arms to be delivering.
Well, it is, and you make a good point, like when you talk about the fact that there's no incoming transfers or athletes that are, hey, I want in the transfer portal. It's just not really the day and age of our game. It's changed a lot. And I think there's moments where that needs to be talked about. Like culturally, people love playing for Florida State. They want to play for, you know, women like Lonni and the coaches on staff.
Hard grounder through the right side. Base hit for Ashton Danley. She's aboard with one out in the third.
But that was something that I even asked Coach Alameda about last week prior to that game kicking off. And she said, it's not that I'm not in the mindset that there may be an athlete that can go and get something like Nyjah got. Like, I know that that's out there, and I would be okay with it. So she's aware of it, but I don't think she's had to really like deal with it, which to me just attests to, you know, these women loving to play ball underneath her and what they're all about. Like athletes commit to Florida State because of the family feel. They say it a lot.
Could be two. The flip to second to one. The turn to first. That Florida defense very sharp. They turn their 20th double play of the season. A little pumped up about it as well. Cahalan, Comia, Erickson to retire the side.
Well, maybe this is what Florida needs. Just a little 6-4-3 to get the Gators going. See if they can get back in here in the bottom half.
Well, I've been told that Danielle Laurie was in 6 frames of that video. You know what that means? That you were in the College World Series, that you performed on the biggest stage, and you are going to see the next performers on the biggest stage in softball. It all builds up to Oklahoma City. Champ Week's coming up. Selection show on Mother's Day, regionals, supers, Women's College World Series.
May 10th, most nerve-wracking day of the
Mother's
season.
Day, whether or not your kid's got a card for you?
No,
Is
the
that what you-
selection show. Still get nervous. I'm not even being put anywhere as an athlete. As an analyst, I am, but
Here's the number 9 hitter, Gabby Comia, leading off for Florida, down 2-0 here in the third. Slap foul, and it's 0-2. I think you and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I think it's been a running conversation on every game when you talk about the big picture in softball, whether it's a team like Florida State from the ACC, a team like Florida from the SEC. It just feels like the pool of teams that you could see play in the championship series in Oklahoma City is pretty big.
oh, I feel like it. I had heard Amanda say this a little bit ago, and I couldn't agree more. It's just like it seems the most open. Like you really, in the past years, we were like, oh, I feel like when Oklahoma was on that tear of the 4 in a row, you just had a feeling. I don't know who's going to win it this year, and that is just.
It was going to take Oklahoma playing poorly, going into a slump, having trouble with their pitching, and a team playing out of their minds.
Yes.
It's that combination needed. Doesn't feel like, it feels like everybody's got a lot of pluses, and there's just a couple of little things that if they don't go the right way,
Yeah.
it could work against those teams. That's the interesting thing about it. There's not a perfect team. Everybody's got something that they're trying to work through.
Well, and how just mentally tough are you post, conference grind? Because it really is. Like playing in the SEC is a different type of week in and week out hard. So just can you weather that storm mentally? How the body holds up, like moving into that next phase of.
That being said, Oklahoma's won 5 in a row. They just beat a good Georgia team, swept them. They hit a lot of home runs, in case you haven't been reading the papers. That's just foul. So they're finding their stride right now, it would appear. But, yeah, I think it's going to just be – every postseason is exciting. There's great games, great moments. We talked about Tennessee, Alabama a couple years ago, and I think back to Clemson, Oklahoma back in Norman a few years ago. Just these unforgettable moments. Feels like we're going to have a lot of them this year.
And I think we're going to have some upsets.
Yeah, no question. Good job by the number 9 hitter. Comia works a walk to lead things off here in the third. .51 pitches in for Bella Dmitrievich in her 13th start of the season. Came in having thrown 63 innings on the season. She's given up just 1 hit so far through 2 innings plus. Starts ball 1 to Shoemaker. Back to the top of the order for the Gators. Taylor worked the walk her first time.
Nice pitch.
1-1. Hit that leadoff home run to account for the game's only run for the Gators on Wednesday. Down to the count 1-2. Had an outstanding freshman year as her heat map got a little hotter her sophomore year.
Well, the heat map with batting average, so the red is where she's hitting all 500 and that green is 300. So really, like, that away pitch at times can be something that is a little bit tricky, but the plate coverage is so good in that leadoff spot. I just think what she brings to the table as far as just that calmness that she has, but just that intensity. She can go yard. Such a good level swing, too. She just, man, Shoemaker, tough out.
Off the plate, it's 3-2. Started right from the start of her freshman year. 8 home runs in her first 11 games played. Ended hitting .389 last year. And there's no sophomore slump, hitting .460 to lead the team this year. 3-2. Line shot, base hit. It's going to make its way all the way to the wall. Comia being waved around. She'll score Florida's first run. 2-1. Another Florida double brings in the Gators' first run.
And a really nice job by Shoemaker. Wow, this just got to the outfield and to the warning track in a heartbeat. And taking advantage of leadoff walks. Comia in the 9 spot, working that walk, getting on base, fire me up. And her teammate steps up with a big-time double to get the Gators back within 1.
RBI number 52 on the season for the sophomore. Strike 1 to Jocelyn Erickson. Cahalan with the double, Shoemaker with the double. 103 doubles and counting for Florida. 0-2.
And what a crowd here today. I mean, just all out in the outfield, all up over near Stacey Nelson's plaza. I mean, this is cool showdown.
They're all standing shoulder to shoulder on the outfield wall and center field and right. Hine keeps it in front. It's 1-2. I mean, it's just an absolute perfect night weather-wise. Last week of April, rivals meeting here in Gainesville. What more could you ask for? Another great year for Erickson at the plate, leading the team in home runs and RBI. Ground ball to the second baseman. Sturgis over to first. Shoemaker takes third. 1 down. Productive out for Erickson. And she'll pass the bat to Kendall Grover. Grover popped out to the shortstop Torres in the first. Ball 1. Danielle mentioned Grover with the home run in the UCF series. Florida with 93 homers on the season. That's popped up and out of play. It's good for 7th in Division I. Talked about the doubles, add to that the home runs. This is a team that's been using that pop and that power and those extra bases to score runs this year. 4th in the nation in runs scored.
And I really think the biggest thing for Florida this year has been if it's not Keegan Rothrock in the circle, who is it, right? With Ava Brown going down, that was definitely a hurdle that this team was.
Popped up, foul ground, running out of room and a couple of rows deep.
It's a hurdle they're trying to get over, right? Because, you know, like going far into the postseason, it takes 2 solid arms. And it's not that Florida hasn't had some help, but we know offensively where they're at. I mean,
top 10 name the category.
Incredible.
That's where they're at. Yeah.
And I think that's why, you know, about a week and a half ago, you had heard Coach Tim Walton like say that, trying to fire up the pitchers. Like, we need like someone to step up. Like, he doesn't care. He's a straight shooter. He's a straight shooter with media. He's a straight shooter with me. And sometimes he'll say what makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but how are you going to respond to that? Because if someone were to tell me like that I'm not doing a good enough job, I'm going to find a way to like me. I want to be that person. I will show you that I will be that person.
Grover with a fly ball, shallow left field. Too shallow for the runner to score, 2 down. Put away by Danley. We will talk with the Florida head coach after this half inning. Townsend Thomas grounded out her first time. Ball 1. Thomas, a 2-time SEC Freshman of the Week. Got off to a slow start this season, 5 for her first 25, first 9 games played, but say she's been making up for lost time since then, raising her average to 375 entering play here today. 6-game hitting streak in conference play. As we mentioned, Florida will close out conference play this weekend at Georgia.
And I think for Lonnie Alameda to go out and have a conversation about someone like Townsend Thomas. You had Griggs, who's back a little bit more towards first. Listen, she can drop that bunt in a heartbeat up that first baseline, and Shoemaker is a sure thing to get home. So it's just needing to be aware that the 4-hitter for Florida can drop that bunt. She has the slap game, knowing that the ground here at Florida is a little bit harder. She has that power. We've seen her swing for power, but it's just being aware of it on defense, what the plan of attack is.
Fouled off. McKenna Reed, senior, working in the Florida State pen. One on one the count to Thomas. Hitting .500 over the last 10 games. Includes that 4 for 7 the last 2. Off the third baseman, run's gonna score. We're tied at 2. A rocket off of Beecham. Not much time to react to it down in the hot corner. Thompson brings in Shoemaker to tie it up.
This was an absolute rocket. You see Jason E. Beecham, who's way in, and it actually hit the ground first and jumped up. I thought it was a direct hit right off her body, but that's a hot shot. I mean, that's a hit all day in my books. But it just goes to show, I mean, her previous looks in that at bat, she's slapping, she's fouling off into the ground, and then she steps up with just an absolute laser to the left side and scoring a run. That's huge.
So an RBI single for Thomas. That gives her 40 runs batted in on the season. Cahalan trying to bunch her way on, fouls it off for strike 1. Kenley doubled in the second. Comia led off with a walk. Shoemaker doubled her in. Then after the Erickson ground out and the Grover pop out, Thomas comes through with a 2-out single. 31 pitches this inning for Dmitrievich in the circle for the Seminoles. That's a lot.
Yeah, this being her 75th pitch, that's a lot in the third. I would be curious to know kind of what that leash is.
Saw Reed down in the pen. She's throwing intermittently right now, so she's ready to go if needed. Two and two the count to Cahalan. There goes the runner. The throw ends up in center field. Thomas heading to third. A rare error for Florida State. Just their 21st of the season.
Well, and Hines just kind of airmails this way over. Sure thing, going to Kennedy Harp in center, but Townsend Thomas on her high horse, making it all the way to 3 and 60 feet away from Florida being up 3-2.
Got a challenge here.
This call is under further review.
So a challenge here. As they head over to the monitor, we can take a sneak peek to see if the runner left before the ball left the hands. And we're going to have to rack it back and forth, I think, here just to see. Staying, still on, left.
Oh, I think they might overturn it. So the rule is, I mean, you cannot leave until the ball is released from the pitcher's hand. And I mean, if you go back, I mean, the foot is off there and the ball is not been released yet. Is there enough to overturn it? I always say what I think it is, and it tends to be the opposite. But
that's why you are not helping your future career as a replay review specialist with that.
But based on that, I feel like it wasn't as crystal clear as I would have liked it, but.
All right, so I think we're going to get a better look here. This is the Hawkeye tech, so they can match it up, time up the two screens here.
Wow, this is a great look.
Frame by frame. I don't know if we're going to see. Yeah, you might see it here. If that pitch drops down, well, if she's gone before that ball leaves the frame.
You'll see it on the right. If
we're going quad box, we're going 2 box. I'm going inconclusive on that.
But I will say, listen, Eric, stolen bases have been down this year because of this rule, right? You're just not seeing as many happen in the game because coaches have spies on the bench that are, when there's a runner on base, they are looking for that. I'm on the edge of my seat up here. I'm going with it. I think that they might overturn it.
After review, the call on the field has been changed. The runner left early.
I'm going to say you were right. You weren't really like convinced. You weren't 100% in. You were all in on it.
But I was right.
So a successful challenge for Florida State. Thomas is out, but we're tied at 2. here in Gainesville. Florida has tied it at 2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. But first, conversation with Florida head coach Tim Walton. Tim, I know you've talked about wanting a number 2 pitcher behind Keegan Rothrock. What have your impressions been of Olivia Miller so far?
Well, you're taking those words out of context. Olivia's been great all year long. She's been instrumental in so many of our W's. The message was we need another person besides Olivia and Keegan to step up so we can stretch this thing out and go different preparation. But she's been great. Pounds the zone, does a really good job. Obviously, they scored 2 runs, getting the leadoff hitters on. But good hitting team. I'm really proud of the way Olivia's really taken on her role this year and really done a really good job of being a leader by example. She's got great energy.
Well, and then on the flip side, offensively, guys, 2-2 ball game. Just that third time through, kind of some big things you want to try to see them make some differences on.
Yeah, I think the key for us is obviously the same thing. You got runners in scoring position. You got to do a really good job of scoring runners. We've had leadoff runners on base 3 straight innings, 2 runs to show, but that's what you have to do postseason wise. Be able to get 2 out hits, clutch hits, move runners along, do the little things. And I think that's one we've been really working hard on trying to find that identity and just be. Taylor obviously smoked that ball, but just happy with where our approach is for sure.
Most importantly, awesome atmosphere, awesome night for softball.
It's great for softball. Thanks.
Tim.
Hey, Aubrey Mazzoro's up there signing autographs too.
I bought a book.
I bought a book
today.
Come on, we got 2 Olympians in the building. No one's even said anything. It's beautiful. Thank you, guys. Go Gators.
See ya. Thank you, Tim. Would you care to tell us about the book a little bit? Have you?
Well,
you
I
haven't had
just
a
bought
chance
it.
to read?
I have not read it yet.
You didn't do like a speed read thing?
No. A lot of work on airplanes. It'll probably have to be a post-Women's College World Series read, but I cannot wait to read Aubrey Monroe's book. I obviously followed her throughout Florida, played against her in the Olympics in 2020, as she was a part of that silver medal team for Team USA. She's been writing this book, she said, since 2018. Pretty cool.
Unfortunately, you don't fly a lot, so you're going to have,
Not enough.
you're going to have trouble getting to that book if you're waiting for all your flights.
There she is. And I want to say she's got a little tent up there. She's signing books and selling books, and pretty awesome.
Bella Ruggiero leading things off for Florida State here in the 4th.
I don't know where that's missing.
4-pitch walk, so she's aboard to lead things off for the Seminoles in the 4th. SEC baseball coming up this weekend. 25th ranked Florida, 15th ranked Oklahoma. You'll see game 2 of the 3-game series Saturday night in Norman here on the SEC Network. Also on the ESPN app. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Kennedy Harp single to left her first time. She has her 2nd base hit of the night. First to third goes Ruggiero. Taking 2nd and sliding in safely is Harp. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for the Seminoles in the 4th.
Kind of deja vu here for Kennedy Harp. Swinging first pitch, her last at bat, same pitch in, and she turns and does the exact same thing. The left center gap just gets over Kenley Cahalan's head, but it's a heads-up base running by Ruggiero to make her way all the way to 3 to give that open pass with Kennedy Harp's speed to get to 2nd, and a couple ducks on the pond here for Florida State. And I'm going to have to agree with the fans on the fans are very vocal.
You want to say that louder so they can hear you?
I like it.
Line up for autographs from you. McKenzie swinging a miss, walked and scored in the 2nd. Shelby, the sophomore from Pace, Florida, picked up 1 Player of the Week award in the ACC this season. That's how to play. 1 and 2. Two runs in the 2nd for the Seminoles, trying to add to it here in the 4th in a 2-2 game. The 1-2. Got a piece.
a good pitch. And like I had mentioned this early, and just talking about the tempo of Olivia Miller, and I had asked Coach Francesca Nea about this last week post-game of just the mannerisms, and she said that's something we've really worked on over the course of the last month or so, is that routine piece. At times the heart rate can get a little elevated. She needs to learn how to slow it down. And it's just, listen, for pitchers that are watching, there is this attention to detail on the routine that really in moments of high leverage innings or chill innings, you have to stay the same. It can't change based on the moment. We have to rely on those little things. So she's really just killing this part of it. I love that routine piece.
Called strike 3. McKenzie retired, 1 down. First strikeout tonight for Olivia Miller, 30th of the season.
And I think when you're able to slow the game down, it allows for you to execute pitches under pressure. At least you got a runner on second and third, none out. But to be able to attack the inside part of the plate, do I think that's a pitch that has been getting called? No, but she's able to pepper a good pitch on a corner with 2 strikes, and that's huge.
That will do it for Miller as Walton comes out to make a pitching change. And building the anticipation to see who comes out of the bullpen, and who else but Keegan Rothrock making her way to the field. Tell you about her when she comes back. Rally Cap crew will do their usual awesome breakdown of the week in SEC baseball and softball, but the added bonus this week, they'll preview the SEC softball tournament, which gets underway Tuesday in Lexington. Coverage begins 6 Eastern, 5 Central here on the SEC Network on Sunday.
My girl Haley McClinney. I love I look forward to that. I record it. I just like to keep it because I'm such a big fan of Rally Cap and the breakdowns of.
I think Haley did a breakdown of Keegan Rothrock recently. The ace is in the circle right now for Florida. You give me your breakdown of what you think Keegan does well.
Well, she is the rock of this team, no pun intended with that, but it's that rise ball. It's mid to high 60s. She throws that rise ball at the 2 different levels, and in my opinion, 2 different speeds, but the difference for Keegan Rothrock to me this year has been that development of the change piece, something that she has really utilized a whole heck of a lot more. Listen, last year she threw that 7%. This year up over 20. So I think that makes her rise ball a little bit sharper, a little bit tougher to hit. Within the back of your mind, thinking maybe is she going to go change?
Pitched 3 1/3 against Florida State last Wednesday, gave up 6 hits and 3 earned runs. Miller to the dugout. She went 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 1. She is responsible for Ruggiero and Harp on the bases, with 1 down for Haley Griggs, who takes strike 1. Rothrock against UCF on Friday, pitched 6, gave up 3 hits, didn't give up a run, and walked 2, and that's 7-0 Florida win. 1-1 to Griggs, who singled in a run in the second.
Well, and that's the thing. She throws that rise ball at 2 different speeds. You've seen 65 and then 64, but she can amp that up at 70 to 71, climbing the ladder as well. And that's it right there, right? So the first 2 pitches, she's kind of like in your head with a little bit of true upspin, but lower velo. So you're thinking, okay, is that rise? What is that? And then she just climbs that ladder with something that looks so sweet and just jumps up at the last minute at 70 miles an hour.
Florida State's had success against Rothrock. That's a fair ball. They've got the runner in a rundown. There's already a runner at third base. So an out is recorded. First and third for Florida State. Mistake on the bases for the Seminoles. Costly, 2 down. Sturgis getting ready to come to the plate. Walton is talking to the plate umpire. I don't know if Tim's buying time here to see if someone's checked on potential replay here. Don't know what they would want to be looking for. Now the umpire's going to get together, have a conversation. Somebody in the Florida dugout thinks something may be amiss, so Lonnie Alameda is making her way to figure out what's happening. Conversation with first base coach Troy Cameron. Umpires still chatting.
What a good, defensive play by Grover and all the things. And then right after, Coach Tim Walton comes out and they're going to challenge something.
Well, we're going to get an announcement.
Florida is challenging that there was interference on the play. The play is under further review.
So heading over to the monitors, looking to see if interference was here. That would return the runner to second base, would it not? Well,
if there's any.
Can't be that, right? She's in foul territory. She's entitled to that, no?
Yeah.
There's the tag, and you can see the runner behind. Harp over to third. Lonnie Alameda over talking to the plate umpire, Kevin Condor, who's the umpire who is staying on the field while Carlos Guzman and Chris Wirt go over to look at the monitor.
When they're wondering if there is a slight touch there, but to me it didn't. But yeah, foul territory. She goes and gets it.
She stepped on the foot of the base runner in foul ground. It's got to be the moment. That's what they're looking for right there. There was nothing on the tag or after the throw. So Florida with the challenge. Meanwhile, the Gators in the circle just, rocking out to Tom Petty. What else are you going to do when you're in Gainesville? All right, they're still looking, and this is what they're looking at here. Grover moving over and stepping on the foot of the base runner, Ruggiero. That was the only contact we can see on the play right there. That doesn't rise to interference, does it? Oh, Danielle's got the rule book out. That's why she's quiet right now.
I was trying to find with...
Hey, you know what? You don't have to find a thing. They're done, and they got the announcement.
The call on the field is confirmed. No interference.
It still doesn't go without saying, not super solid base running by Ruggiero, running right into that play to go home. I mean, it's not like it was a bases loaded. She needed to go, but
she's going on contact.
she's going on
but
contact,
the ball's
but
right
it's
next
right
to her.
there.
Yeah.
So
That's
but
a base
yeah,
running mistake, sure.
first time I've definitely seen some interference stuff, but in the foul territory, I mean, the runner, if they stay foul, like they're where they need to be.
I believe last year you weren't here. You may have been here in spirit. Madison Shipman and I had the famous 25-minute review where
Jeez.
they phoned a friend to
I
try
got
to figure out the
nervous.
ruling. You got nervous. That 25 minutes of us talking nonstop that we were going to say something we'd regret.
Well, I'll still
You
never
got nervous.
forget. I mean, the Women's College World Series, where we talked about it on our studio show with Karen Weekly, raising up the Appendix G, with Megan Grant and the potential missing of home plate. And
We didn't know
all
about the case
things.
book, right? The case book
The
was the one
case
out of
book.
nowhere, yeah.
And this is
3-0 the count, Sturgis.
Well, it's going to be interesting, too, for Keegan Rothrock trying to figure out, like, what she can get for strikes, right? She is a pitcher that tends to go 70% or more with that rise ball up in the zone. And that's the thing. I feel like, you know, that one's just right down Main Street. And I feel like sometimes pitchers are pigeonholed a little bit to have to throw something more over the heart of the plate if they're not able to get some wiggle with the rise or the drop.
Well, you want to do something here because
Yes.
waiting on deck is Isa Torres. Slow roller to the shortstop to flip the second. And Florida gets out of the jam with Rothrock coming out of the bullpen to get it done. 2-2 after 3.5.
Tournament is officially underway.
Crushes one. Smash this. Throw the bat. And the drama continues.
Here it comes, SEC Tournament, Lexington, Kentucky, starting a week from today. Pitching change here for Florida State. You see some of the details on the SEC Tournament. We've got the final regular season game for the Florida Gators. They have one more series to go before heading to Lexington with the rest of the SEC. Marley Gaskell coming on, the freshman, in a big spot here. 2-2 in this top 10 showdown. Skips it up for ball one as Gaskell makes her 14th appearance of the season. She's thrown 21 innings. That's the lowest amount on this staff.
Well, and really going to have to follow the advice of Coach Leone Alamido. It just comes down to being able to execute pitches. She has that good rise ball, can throw that changeup as well, coming from the left side, but mixes speeds well. She'll hang anywhere around 62 miles an hour on that drop ball, and then 50 to 56 miles an hour on that rise ball. So definitely a different type of speed and spin that you will see.
Cahalan at the plate. She was batting when Thomas was called out for leaving early, attempting to steal second. Doubled in the second, leading off here in the fourth. Three and one.
And that's going to be the key, is just being able to command that change. When you come in, can you locate and get that pitch for a strike? She quickly falls behind here to Kenleigh Cahalan.
Leadoff walk for Cahalan here in the fourth. Florida has seen the leadoff reach base in each of the first 4 innings here tonight. I'll bring up Ava Brown, who struck out in the second. So Dmitrievich goes 3, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Ball 1 to Brown.
And you see Isa Torres coming in, talking to her pitchers, thrown 6 pitches, and only 1 of those has been a strike. So trying to figure out what she can go to here.
There's a strike.
And that's a different type of velocity. You don't see that nearly as much when a pitcher kind of cruises anywhere from 58 to just 60 miles an hour. You tend to see velo a little bit hotter in the game these days, whether it's 63 to 65 or 70 plus. So having a weight on 58 to 50 is a little bit different as a hitter. Going to be a lot more patient. Try to see the ball a little bit deeper, move around in the box a little bit. She's not going to blow it by you.
Line shot foul. Brown was injured on February the 26th, returned as a pinch hitter on April 3rd. Her last appearance as a pitcher was on February 21st. In the lineup as the DP again here tonight. The 2-2. Full count. Squibber past the pitcher, going to be a tough play, but Brown struggling to run, can't beat it out. Taking second is Cahalan. I think there'll be a challenge here from Florida. Well, Brown was heading back to the dugout. Usually not a great sign, but there will officially be a challenge here as Walton just made the signal to the umpires.
Florida is challenging the call of out at first base. The call is under further
We talked
review.
about the leg injury and Ava's struggling to get down the line. I thought in real time she beat it out. She thought she did too. She had the safe breaking the tape.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she's safe.
It's going to be overturned. And that's good that they went to the challenge on that. Sometimes there's, we've already lost our challenge last inning. Do we want to do that? Knowing, but they're going to get to keep it, obviously, and the play is going to get overturned.
They're playing it on the big screen here inside the stadium. That's the ovation, a standing ovation in some cases here for Ava beating it out.
But just outside of the play, I wanted Gaskell to go get it. It was a cue ball off the end of the bat. Such a slow roller. Like, there's no way Sturgis, who was pinned more towards second, could go get that. That's a pitcher's ball all day.
After review, the call in the field has been changed to safe. Florida has one remaining
Second
challenge.
celebration is on. This is celebration number 2 in real time. When they showed it a moment ago on the video board here in the building, this was Ava's reaction.
That's great.
So an infield hit for Ava Brown. Little info to pass along to Ella Wesolowski. Kaylee Matsuno is the pinch runner. Cassidy McClellan, fly to left her first time. Looking to bunt, it's a real good one. Beecham with the charge, not going to be in time, bases loaded. A walk and 2 infield hits for Florida here in the 4th. And the bases are juiced.
Well, I'm surprised that infield wasn't in more. Look at where Jason Beecham is. Maybe we'll just chalk it up as perfect placement, but it's not that you didn't know that a bunt was coming based on just the ABCs of the game. So important to move the runners an additional 60 feet, but McClellan does such a good job dropping that right in front, deadens it, base loaded, none out.
Ball 1 to Ella Wesolowski. Grounded to short in the 2nd. Soft liner will get down for a base hit. 1 run is in. They looked for the force at third, but no one was covering the bag. And the bases are loaded for Florida. The wild throw doesn't cost the Seminoles, but the Gators have their first lead of the night. It comes in the 4th.
What a nice job by Wesolowski. She just waits on this. Does enough, just drops it right in front of Ashton Danley. And Danley trying to go to 3 to be able to, like you said, get that force, but no one was there. Oof.
Lonnie Almeida out in the circle, but it doesn't look like she's making a change at the moment. She's got everybody together, the battery, the infielders. And she will stick with Marley Gaskell in the circle. Trying to see what the freshman can do here to deal with Florida with the bases loaded, nobody out in a rowdy Presley Stadium.
Yeah, rowdy for sure. And I would say definitely just high pressure feel moment here for Florida State.
Gabby Comia takes strike 1. Infield in for Florida State, looking for the force at the plate here in a 1-run game. One and 1.
And that's one thing, you know, Florida State is definitely known for, having a large pitching staff and giving them opportunities to kind of learn and grow through some different moments. Is an opportunity for Gaskell here to like feel it out. It could be easy to just pull the towel. Let's bring someone else in. Obviously, it's a pressure-filled game, but sometimes I do think it's important to have a little bit of a larger leash for some pitchers to have to figure out to work through it. What are you feeling? Why can't you execute
Foul tip.
under pressure? Just all those little things.
Her last appearance, Danielle, was April 8th against Santa Clara. Well, it's been a while for her to be in the circle, let alone being in a circle in a moment like this.
Yeah.
Slapped foul, getting out of the way, was the pinch runner, Matsuno, over at third. Comia, the number 9 hitter, you know what that means. On deck, Taylor Shoemaker, the leading hitter for the Gators. Another 1-2. Swung on and missed. Big pitch and a big out for the freshman. One away.
Well, and this almost seemed like it was just a whole lot faster than it was, but it's just the spin. You can see that tight-knit spin on the rise ball from here. This is 58 miles an hour and just up and underneath the barrel of Comia. And listen, being a slapper is challenging, right? You're running at the ball, trying to track the spin and speed of it.
Shoemaker, ground ball right side, force at the plate. That's all they'll get. Big out again for Gaskell. Gets the strikeout and then gets the soft ground out from the leading hitter for Florida, and quickly 2 down. Not out of the woods yet, because here's Jocelyn Erickson. 0 for 2 tonight. Strike 1.
Tough pitch, right? 50 miles an hour. And then amps it up to 58, right? Just that difference in velocity when you're trying to get on time with something. Your third ups with a completely different look coming from the left side.
Swung on and missed. What a response by Marley Gaskell, who gets a strikeout, a ground out, and then strikes out Erickson to retire the side.
Wow. Pressure cooker. Gaskell steps up, keeps his game within reach. Florida still up, 3-2.
The lead in this game. They now trail for the first time 3-2, but maybe they won a little something in that inning because Lonnie Alameda went out to the mound. Her freshman pitcher was struggling. The bases were loaded, nobody out. And after that conversation, she didn't bring the hook. She kept her in there. And then after that, Gaskell gets the strikeout, the ground out, and then another strikeout.
Yeah, and the trust in the defense, too. I think that's so important, knowing the strikeouts are big, but defense being able to come up clutch behind her, which just gives you this different confidence in the circle. But I think when someone like Lonnie Alameda comes out and looks you dead in your eye to say, I believe in you, let's go, like, you lock in. How can I continue to keep going?
Ground ball right side. Erickson, trouble handling it, and then it's going to get away from Comia covering, but that's all for Torres. She is safe at first to lead things off here in the fifth.
Well, and this is just the pressure of the speed of Isa Torres, right? Like that quick little bobble, knowing too, like, that slight bobble, but respecting how fast Isa Torres is, so you almost try to go faster, like, oh, I got to get it over there. She just adds that little extra layer.
Scored an error on Erickson. Ball 1 to Beecham. Just the 17th error on Florida this season. Outstanding defensive team. Erickson splits time between catcher and first base. 2-0. Olivia Miller got the start, pitched the first 3 1/3, gave way to Keegan Rothrock last inning. Through the right side, a base hit for Beecham. Torres will hold at second, and Florida State has the first 2 aboard here in the 5th. First hit of the night for Beecham, on base for a second time tonight.
Well, and it just kind of seems like when one team punches, the other team fights and claws to do the exact same thing. And last inning, Florida creating havoc, making some things happen, and then you're seeing Florida State say, all right, top of the 5th, let's go. Let's get in it. Issa Torres, chaos, speed up the line.
Inside, and it hits Danley, so the bases are loaded.
And this is the rise ball. Just gets away. She tries to get up and out of the way. Just up underneath, and Danley not happy about it. Part of the game.
Even with that elbow guard, hard contact. Eunice Hernandez, the athletic trainer for Florida State.
And sometimes there's more worry with a player like Ashton Danley with just the pitching load, right? And we don't want you to get hurt. So that's really, I remember Coach Tar back in the day, like, wanted me to look like Terminator, and we didn't even have all the cool gear back in the day.
Full armor?
Yeah.
You were ahead of your time on it?
Arm guard on the right arm and the left arm, and just you want to make sure that your pitchers are protected. 70 miles an hour hitting a body part.
I'll bring up the freshman, Anna Hines. Grounded to third in the first, grounded into a double play in the third. Rothrock would love a ground ball for another double play here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Strike 1.
Well, and I think looking back at last week when these two teams played, Florida State had a really, really good approach against Keegan Rothrock. Like, they made her work. She had thrown the 3.1 innings pitch, but had given up the 3 hits, the 3 runs.
Hit well to right field. Drifting back is McClellan. She's got it. Tagging at third is Torres. She'll score to tie the game at 3. RBI number 35 on the season for Anaheim. Good job by Beecham to tag up and take third. So runners on the corners for Florida State with 1 down. Bella Ruggiero, she's been on base twice tonight. Singleton scored in the second, walked in the fourth. Fly ball to center field. Shoemaker coming in. She's got it. No tag at third for Beecham. 2 down. With 2 down, I have a chance to remind you the Thursday doubleheader is coming up on the SEC Network. Arkansas and Texas at 7 Eastern time. Texas A&M and number 1 Oklahoma at 9 Eastern. You can see it here on the SEC Network and also on the ESPN app. Final weekend of the regular season coming up in the SEC Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. Sky high, back behind shortstop. Cahalan calls for it, and Harp is retired, and that will do it for the Seminoles. They score once to tie it at 3 in the 5th. loops it out to left field. It drops in. Florida State's on top. 3-2. Olivia being waved around. She'll score Florida's first run.
Olivia Miller.
One run is it. The wild throw doesn't cost the Seminoles, but the Gators have their first lead of the night. It comes to the fourth. But now we're tied again, even at 3 as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. 2 in the second for Florida State, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth for the Gators. Florida State getting 1 back in the fifth. Although Florida State had the bases loaded with nobody out to start the inning, but then 3 fly ball outs ended the inning. One was a sacrifice fly off the bat of Hine to tie the game at 3. Marley Gaskell back out there. She threw 8 straight strikes to close out that last inning after the conversation with head coach Lonnie Alameda. Starts with strike 1 here to Kendall Grover.
Yeah, she was sharp to be able to get out of that. Listen, these are all different moments. You put the memories of just the pressure feels and getting out of an inning like that in your back pocket to know, like, oh man, okay, I've been able to do it and iron through what that felt like, because that's how you build up your arsenal.
Line drive to center field, drifting back on it is Harp, 1 down.
That's how you build up that kind of mental piggy bank up top to know that I can be, present in these hard situations. At times, especially for freshmen, it's uncomfortable to be in this type of an atmosphere, close ball game, not going the way you want, having a tough time being able to throw strikes, but she was able to lock in, and that was money. I was going to say, this is definitely a type of a pitcher where someone like Townsend Thomas could easily sneak that bunt in. But, the hot corner of Jason Beecham is honest, right? She had taken that ball off her body with that hard hit by Townsend Thomas, her previous at bat. Dirty.
Off balance, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. And Gaskell has appeared in just 2 conference games against Syracuse on March 13th and again on March 15th. Has thrown 1 1/3 innings in ACC play. Thomas offered, down the count 1-2. She did face Tennessee and Alabama earlier this season. But when you go through her game by game, this is a huge step up for her, taking on top 10 team in Florida. Ground ball, knocked down, grabbed by the first baseman. 2 down.
Well, and that's one thing about this Florida State team and that you've seen. To me, Lonnie Alameda has been the queen of building pitching staffs and being able to, she was kind of one of the first ones where you're like, man, they really were working in different pitchers when they were playing Oklahoma in the World Series, in the national championship. Sander Koch was being put into some different situations, and it's about getting pitchers outside of their comfort zone, but doing the scouting. Where does Gaskell fit into the mix with someone like a Jazzy Francic or an Ashton Danley? And then, as well as Bella, how are we going to bring someone in like that? So it's kind of trying to figure out the puzzle pieces of how these pitchers fit together. So if my job is 6, 7 outs, I know the kids are doing the 6-7 thing. That was not my intention, but
too late. You can't take it back, and I wish you would, though.
But can I go and execute what my job is? Lonnie is the queen of just doing your job, whether it's a national championship game or Sunshine State showdown game.
Good pause.
Had to think
nailed it the first time.
Had to think about it.
I had to think about what's happening defensively, because that's Angeli Bueno at first base now. Haley Griggs is in left field. So Danley was out in left. She got hit pretty hard by that pitch. I don't know if that's part of it, if they're going to have her ready to go in the bullpen for a little bit later. But you see a new first baseman, and the first baseman, Griggs, moves out to left field in Danley's spot. 3-1. 3-2 now to Cahalan. Ball 4. 5 in a row have been retired by Gaskell before the 2-out walk to Cahalan. She's aboard for a third time tonight. And there's nothing happening in the Florida State bullpen, by the way. No, Gaskell, there's visual proof. Gaskell, this is a stray softball that has seen better days. Gaskell giving it a go against Brown. Line shot, that'll get in for a base hit. First and second with 2 down for Florida. Ava Brown has her second hit of the night.
And a nice job by Ava Brown. She just goes down and gets this solid piece of hitting. It's back-to-back action for Ava Brown. You love to see it.
It's like we'll have a pinch hitter for Cassidy McClellan, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Julia Desiderio getting ready to come to the plate. Grad student from Hudson, Florida, played at South Carolina the previous 3 years. She bats with 2 on and 2 outs in a tie game in the 5th. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. Cahalan being waved around. Florida back in front. Clutch pinch hit, RBI single. Julia Desiderio.
That has to feel good if you're Desiderio. And it's not easy coming off from the bench and then being on time with something that's in the 50s, right? She just hits it right back up the middle. On time, all the things, fire me up, puts the Gators up 1. And I remember Walton on a call just talking about how clutch an at bat she had off against Peja Gould, who in that Mississippi State game, they were tied and she came up clutch, and he said that she's been someone at times that we've been able to bring in late in ball games and she's ready and locked and loaded, and that's an example.
She is now 4 for 14 on the season, and that is her first RBI of the season. Ball 1 to Wesolowski. McClellan has come back in to run for Desiderio. She's at first, Brown at second. One the count to Wesolowski, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI tonight. Florida State led 2-0 after 2. Florida tied it in the 3rd, went ahead in the 4th. Seminoles scored 1 in the top of the 5th. Gators getting a run back in the bottom of the 5th to go back in front. Two and 1 the count to Wesolowski. Three and 1.
It's a good pitch. Get back in. 50 miles an hour. See if she can execute again.
Full count with 2 down, so the runners Brown and McClellan off with the delivery. There they go, line foul. Another 3-2. Ground ball to third. Beecham with the long throw on target in time to retire the side. Florida back in front thanks to a pinch hit single off the bat of Julia Desiderio.
Little pinch hit. Julia steps up. Desiderio with the big ribby. Puts Florida up 1.
As expected, a good one here in this rivalry matchup. Top 10 showdown, Florida and Florida State. Florida State won in Tallahassee on Wednesday. The rematch tonight is led by the Gators as we head to the 6th inning here in Gainesville. Keegan Rothrock on in relief. Olivia Miller got the start for Florida. Rothrock came on in the 4th. She's given up 1 run. It was scored by Isa Torres, who reached on an error to start the last inning. 7-8-9 for Florida State here in the top of the 6th. And it's the first plate appearance for Angeli Bueno, who's now playing first base. One to Bueno. Bueno with 20 starts on the season. This is her 50th at-bat. 15 hits. Hitting .306. Little squibber out to Rothrock. The underhand toss, and they're saying foul ball, that it went off the leg of Bueno. Crowd hasn't quite registered that yet. I don't know how that's going to go over, but first base umpire Carlos Guzman made the call. Said it was off her thigh or her foot. Was it off her foot? I don't think so. Works out for Florida anyways with the strikeout to start the 6th, 1 down.
And sometimes just it's that deceptive spin by Keegan Rothrock, especially when there's 2 strikes. Upper part of the zone. That's a good piece by Rothrock hitting upstairs.
Line shot foul off the bat of Haley Griggs. You were in Columbia when she threw the no-hitter.
I was.
When she had that reaction, like, I threw a no-hitter?
I know,
like
I
she
loved
didn't
it.
even know.
She didn't know. It was all her teammates that ran out there, and she was like, what are you guys all doing?
You
And
seem
she-
a little bit more excited than normal for a win.
Yeah.
That's locked in right there.
And that's hard to do now in what feels more like a hitter's game than ever.
I thought you were referencing it's hard to know or be in the dark about a no-hitter with giant video boards and people saying that, but when you are just thinking about that next pitch?
I mean, I always knew. It wasn't a point of emphasis like, I need to be really careful because it's a no-hitter, but
I should know this. How many did you throw in your college days?
I cannot. I really can't remember, and do not put me on the spot like that. Trying to reference
what's really putting you on the spot. What's really putting you on the spot?
No, don't do it.
Is that what?
No.
Let's say you threw 4 no-hitters.
Sure, let's go with that.
Did you know each time you were throwing a no-hitter?
I did know, like, during the moment, I think you take a little bit of extra adrenaline into that last inning and have to calm yourself down of trying to do too much. But you're aware when you're cruising.
Did you want to be talked to in the dugout?
No, but I never really liked to. So
yeah, you weren't very sociable in your starts. I remember that.
I kind of stayed to myself a little bit. Us pitchers are all unique in different ways. Some like to really cheer. The cheering I wasn't great at that when I was locked in.
It's not that you were a bad teammate. You just weren't the cheering type. Fly ball, popped up back behind second base. Comia's got it. 2 down. Reminder, SEC baseball coming up this weekend. You'll see the Florida Gators ranked 25th. They'll take on Oklahoma and Norman. You'll see game 2 of the series Saturday night here on the SEC Network and also on the ESPN app. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central Time. Here's McKenna Sturgis. Ball 1.
And when I think about cheering, it makes me think about Maddie Shipman. I can't see Ship just sitting in the dugout, like just letting her rip with the cheers. It makes you laugh, doesn't it, thinking about that? I was intense, but so was Maddie Shipman.
Slicing foul. Well, when you said pitchers are unique, you should have just stopped right there. Like, just unique. It's just such a big blanket you can throw over pitchers just using that one word. But I think every player, whether it's All-American pitcher, All-American shortstop, they just had different ways to go about contributing to the success of their team.
Yes.
1-1 to Sturgis. Excuse me, tap out to Comia. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Rothrock. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Florida on top by 1. Four 8-1 for the Gators, 3-6-0 for Florida State. As these two teams meet for a second time in a week's time, final regular season game, non-conference for these two. They'll close out conference play this weekend. Florida will be in Athens to take on Georgia starting on Thursday. Florida State will be in Chestnut Hill to take on Boston College for a 3-game series starting on Friday. by Sunday night, postseason will be here for everybody. Number 9 hitter Komiya to lead things off. Bunts it, hit her. I think she was, how close to the box was she? Home plate umpire right on top of it, Kevin Condor.
Well, I almost thought she double-barreled it, like it had hit her barrel twice.
Condon indicating she was still in the box. Lonnie Alameda, I think, is going to challenge that she was out of the box. It was close.
Oh, yeah, knee. I thought it had hit the top of the barrel, but
The ruling on the field is a foul ball. Florida State is challenging the ruling on the field. The call is under further review.
So back to the monitor we go. Is she out of the batter's box is the question. No, she's got a foot on the box.
Yeah,
I think the plate umpire Condor was right on it, and he was very
fast
quick
with
on it. Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll stand. I like the challenge, though. You haven't seen.
Well, you could see like the Florida State dugout in the background. Like there's contact they can't see, but then the question is, well, when they first see the ball go forward, she's way out of the box, so you can't blame them for trying.
Totally.
But I think on that replay, that foot was still on the chalk, was it not?
And we have not seen Florida State use a challenge, have we? Have one? Just the one. Okay, that's right. Feels like it's been a really long game.
There's
It has been.
there's been a few trips to the monitor so far. So there's the Hawkeye review, the higher quality, sharper look.
This was pretty quick to review this.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Foul ball. Florida State has one remaining challenge.
So one challenge remaining for the Seminoles as we play here in the 6th inning, one for Florida. And the count is 0-1 to Gabby Komiya. Walked and scored in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th. Marley Gaskell's 49th pitch misses for a ball.
This is a rowdy crowd.
One and two. Gaskell's season high in pitches thrown was 90 against Tennessee back on February 15th. She hasn't thrown a lot since then. The most 41 a week later, or 5 days later. Komiya out in front, swing and a miss, one away.
That's back-to-back strikeouts for Gaskell on Komiya, and just, that's just such a tough pitch. Like, you're just frustrated when you are walking back to the dugout, wanting to be dialed and on time, but job well done by Gaskell.
That smile is well deserved as Gaskell is coming out and McKenna Reed is coming in. That was a big growth moment for this freshman pitcher who was in trouble. Her head coach stuck with her, worked through some jams, but it's a 4-3 Florida lead. Back in a moment. Taylor Shoemaker steps in against the new pitcher for Florida State, McKenna Reed, the senior in the circle, following two freshmen who were throwing for Florida State here tonight.
Yeah, getting some great innings against tough Florida team, tough crowd. It's what it's all about, building up that piece, then passing the ball to the senior, and McKenna Reed also coming from the left side, a little bit more velo, like someone that when you think about like a Gaskell to a Reed, like big difference in velocity. The slowest velocity you saw from Gaskell was 50 miles an hour in that last pitch by Reed at 64. So making it tough on hitters, and I think that's really what it's all about. Like, where is a Gaskell going to fit in a Reed? Because you know it's going to be Jazzy Francic and Ashton Danley, that those are kind of your two solidified aces. Where do we put these other pitchers in the mix as well?
Out of play. But if you're Florida State, and you talked about historically using pitching depth, that's been a big thing. You throw two freshmen out there against a top 10 team, and you leave one out there when things were really hot and she worked out of the jam. That's going to be a moment, no matter what the scoreboard says, you feel like that's a positive you take away from this trip to Gainesville.
Yeah, that's good in-game experience that you can't necessarily feel in bullpens, even though those can be made challenging and you're working, but until you're in the thick of it, like out there in the circle, the pressure of the moment and the crowd yelling all the things at you, to be able to execute and simplify it, like Lonnie Alameda said, can you throw big pitches when it matters and just execute the pitch? It's what it comes down to.
Fly ball hit well to center field, but Harp has a beat on it, takes a couple of steps in. 2 down here in the 6th. A reminder, SEC softball, the final week of the regular season. The series all begin on Thursday, and we'll get it going in grand style on Thursday with a doubleheader. Arkansas and Texas at 7 Eastern time. Texas A&M, number 1 Oklahoma follows at 9 Eastern time, coming up Thursday on the SEC Network. Oklahoma has won 5 in a row after their sweep of Georgia. The home run count is now at 169 for the Sooners, by the way.
Kendall Wells at 36 home runs, one shy of that. Lauren Espinoza, 37.
Ball 2 to Jocelyn Erickson, who's 0 for 3 tonight. That Arkansas-Texas series is really interesting because in the current RPI, Arkansas is number 1 and Texas is number 2.
Dang.
So those are the top 2 teams in RPI. Get to see Katie Stewart. She's up to 24 home runs now for the Longhorns. 3-0 the count now to Erickson.
I'm waiting to see what the scoop is on Dakota Kennedy. Is Dakota Kennedy going to be back? Haven't heard a lot of updates with her. I mean, we know how much she means to that Arkansas team. Golden Ticket recipient. Gosh, so good. Be curious to see this weekend how that plays out.
Other series this weekend as Florida State gathers in the Circle SEC series. Alabama's number 3 in the RPI. They'll take on South Carolina. South Carolina just took 2 out of 3 from Texas A&M. I know you've seen South Carolina in person a few times this year.
I had them Friday against Texas A&M, and yeah, I mean, I can't say that I thought that South Carolina was going to win that series. I mean, gritty, solid performance by the Gamecocks. Can't count them out.
Speaking of gritty, Tennessee, after getting swamped in game 1 by Alabama, bounces back. They take the next 2 games to hand Alabama just their first series loss. That's how consistent Alabama's been this season. So it'll be Tennessee and Mizzou. Mississippi State and Ole Miss, a little spicy one to close out the regular season in Oxford. Auburn and LSU. Got teams like Auburn and Mizzou right around that 500 mark. So these last few games of the regular season and then games into the tournament are going to be so important and so critical.
Last year, there was only one team that, with Missouri, that I recall that didn't make it into postseason. This kind of is the first year where you're Kentucky, You know, you're seeing Auburn.
It's going to be close for a couple teams, no question about it.
Yeah.
Kentucky's hosting the tournament. They need to go on a big run. This is a soft liner to left coming on and making the catch in left field for the moment is Griggs. They say out number 3. Will there be an appeal here from Florida is the question. Tim Walton looking at the dugout to see if they should challenge it. I don't think a challenge is coming here. Looked close to a short hop, but Griggs had it. And that will do it for Florida in the 6th. To the 7th we go, 4-3 Gators. Florida State down by a run, but they have their candidate for National Player of the Year leading off here in the 7th inning. Isa Torres is hitless tonight. She has been held hitless in just 5 games all season long. And she'll face Keegan Rothrock, whom Torres homered twice off of last Wednesday in Tallahassee. So, Danielle Laurie, do you pitch to Isa Torres here?
I do, but I'm very, very careful. I don't want to leave anything elevated. I remember both her home runs were something a little bit more up in the zone, obviously knowing that that's kind of a bread and butter pitch for Keegan Rothrock with that rise ball. I'm just very, very smart. It's back-to-back off-speed pitches. That one at 57, the one prior at 62 miles an hour.
Torres has 16 home runs on the season, leads the team in that category. Had 3 home runs in the Georgia Tech series. Takes a big cut, fouls it out of play, and it's 1-2. So Rothrock's throwing strikes.
And I know I talked about this last week of just this is just straight up batting average heat map. I mean, red over 500 in all spots. Think about how tough that is at times to pitch to someone where they're straight up 500 across the board. They can barrel you up in, they can go with a pitch. And I think that to me has been one of the most impressive things is just how Isa Torres has continued to evolve from her freshman year of not being able to like hit the changeup well to that being a point of emphasis going into her sophomore year to now her being able to hit the inside part of the plate. Plate coverage is superb.
This is what happened Wednesday in Tallahassee. Leading off the bottom of the 1st against Rothrock, home run, and then she'd follow up with another home run as part of that Florida State win.
Yeah, and it just fired up the crowd. And not that you can't go in on someone like Isa Torres, but you got to go way in to almost where it feels like you're going to hit her. You cannot leave anything white or river.
She is tough to strike out, as you could imagine. Just 9 strikeouts this season. 3-2, the count to Torres.
When you saw that last pitch, Keegan Rothrock look down and shake.
So Ella Wesolowski will come out, get on the same page. Rothrock's got something in mind that she wants to throw, it would seem, right?
And this is new. Like this, being able to add Francesca Ney into the mix to help call pitches with Van Brakel Pro Throw, it's given her a lot of accountability of the moment. Like, what do I want to throw and why?
The 3-2. Ground ball right side. Good hop for Comia, and the dangerous Torres is retired.
That's just textbook, from the shake to being able to know in the moment what she wants to go to, why she wants to go there. And listen, I mean, that is just that. Those are the moments you got to be excited about. Like, heck yes, that feels like the toughest out in the game. Not that Jason E. Beecham can't take you deep, but the way Issa Torres swings it.
And it was challenge time.
Yeah.
Drew strikes, made Torres work. So Torres, unless Florida State is able to extend this game, we'll see a 9-game hitting streak and a 15-game on-base streak end. And she'll be hitless in just a 6th game this season.
Dang.
The nation's leading hitter held in check by Florida tonight. Beecham 1 for 2, singled in the 5th, walked in the 1st. One and two.
I feel like the biggest difference that I've seen from Keegan Rothrock from last game to this game is just her being able to go more low in the zone. You could tell last week how well prepared Florida State was for the up pitch. I mean, they were daddy hacking on pitches and doing a great job of kind of exposing Keegan Rothrock. Well, she looks like a completely different pitcher. She's going down in the zone a little bit more. She's obviously changing speeds. She's in control of what she wants to throw. That's what it's all about.
Beecham extended her on-base streak to 39 games with the walk in the 1st inning. Trying to get on base for Florida State, down a run in the 7th. Rothrock gets the strikeout, 2 down.
And this is such a pretty pitch. This is 65 miles an hour, which goes to show the 2 different types of speeds that Rothrock can throw the up pitch at. That at 65 and then 70 to 71. So for a hitter, it makes it tough to be able to pick up the spin as well as the velocity.
Here's Danley, hit by a pitcher last time, singled in the 3rd. 1 for 2 tonight. Danley homered in the 9th inning Sunday against Georgia Tech to give Florida State the win. That's a ground ball, and it will stay foul. 1-1. One of those games that helps get your mind right for the postseason. That kind of feel here tonight. Two and one. Off of Danley, and it's 2-2. Florida State down to their final strike. And the Florida crowd will let you know. Ground ball up the middle. Cahalan can't hold on to it. and make a throw. So the tying run is aboard with 2 down in the 7th.
What a nice job by Ashton Danley to just fight the noise, right? All the things. And I thought for a second for sure, Kenleigh Cahalan wants to make this play. She's frustrated at herself, not able to, but they extend it to one more hitter, passing the bat to Anna Hind.
Hind 0 for 2 with a sacrifice and an RBI tonight. Out in front, strike 1.
And the amount of times that Keegan Rothrock has changed speeds this inning is so impressive. This, to me, is what makes and separates her from having a good day and a great day. When she can change speeds on command, has that rise ball at multiple speeds.
Soft liner to left coming on and making the catch. Townsend Thomas. Ball game is over. Florida State certainly will ask for a video review here to make sure of it, because you can see some yellow softball bobbling around out there. The call on the field is out.
Well, and you instantly saw the third base coach, Travis Wilson, tell Ashton Danley to hold up.
The call of out on the field, the play is under further review.
All right, so the umpires will go to the monitor yet another time. I saw some snow cone here, but that's control as long as it wasn't a short hop. The question is right here, is that a short hop? And I think it's in the glove. At the very least, I don't think there's enough to overturn it from what we've seen so far, Danielle.
No, I think it's going to stand.
And then as it plays through, you see a lot of softball, but I think she's still in control of it. It doesn't come out and hit the ground.
And listen, you have to be so sure when you are laying out, because if you miss this, there's no one behind her. That run scores all day. This is a tie ball game. Townsend Thomas had to be sure.
Look at on the right. Tim Walton won't believe what he sees on the screen, but his team's telling him to.
The call on the field is confirmed. Yeah.
Ball game. What a way to end it. Townsend Thomas, a web gem to give Florida their first win over Florida State in Gainesville in 5 years. 4-3 the final.
What a gutsy play by Townsend Thomas. Let's go.
So the teams will line up and shake hands for the second time in a week. That was an entertaining midweek non-conference game, but not all midweek non-conference games are the same. This one comes in the last week of the regular season in a rivalry game, and what a play to end it on. And Danielle, you are exactly right. That is such a gamble, because if it gets by her,
tie ball game.
It's at least a tie ball game, and you'd have the go-ahead run on base and Hind. But what a catch!
Well, and the one thing, too, about both these teams, man, they play such good defense under pressure, too. Like, that's really what it comes down to. And in my opinion, you win and lose games late if defense isn't where it needs to be.
Such a great catch. Let's show it one more time as we say goodbye here from Gainesville. Florida gets the 4-3 win over Florida State. Both teams move on to the final series of conference play. The star in the end, Townsend Thomas. She was celebrating. She knew it. Took a moment to confirm it. And the celebration will continue on into the night here in Gainesville. Florida wins it. For Danielle Laurie and our crew, I'm Eric Freed. So long from Gainesville.